Hello, good day, beautiful people. I am the Inspirational Lady Noble 365 Tarot. Welcome to my channel. I greatly appreciate you being here. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I trust you'll love this vibe. And everything you need to know about me is in the description below. This could be past, present, or future, or someone around you. So take what resonates and leave the rest for someone else. This is a general read. This is not a personal read. If you like a personal read, check out the description below, and I'll be happy with assisting you with doing so. All are welcome on this channel, and all contributions are highly appreciated, okay? Tarot is a tool. It is not the final rule. Thank you all for stopping by and saying hi. Hi. Okay. The first card that we have here, collective, we have Uranus. It says Spark of Genius, Ascension, okay? So you could be someone who's maybe you started a new project, a passion project, a creative project, something you are developing. Maybe you're taking a new skill, learning a new hobby, but you're working on something new. And so you are embarking on a new energy, new knowledge. Spirit is saying you're obtaining new knowledge. You could be someone who's possibly maybe purchased some books of interest. I'm picking up someone who loves to read. And so maybe you are reading and gaining a better understanding or perception of something in particular that you are interested in. This could be spirituality, okay? This could be maybe you want to go back to school for some kind of skill or trade. Maybe you're doing research on this, okay? But you're building or creating some kind of brand or some kind of empire. You're at the beginning of it. And so you're starting off slow, and things are moving slow, Spirit is saying, but it is going to increase into a lot of prosperity for you. You're also, this project looks like something that you've never saw or witnessed, maybe anyone in your bloodline or in your lineage partake in this skill, this trade, in this career. Maybe you're a nurse, for example, and maybe you have no nurses in your family. Okay, so maybe you're the first to go to nursing school, and become a practitioner, okay, or an RN, okay. That's just an example, but it could be many things. But you're working on something new. It's a skill or it's a trade, and it's going to make you very successful, okay? And I'm also picking up that this does not feel like work for you. This is something that you love doing, okay? So this could be something that is part of your destiny. This is something that is part of your contract fulfillment while you are here, okay? It's written in the stars for you, Spirit is saying. It is written in the stars for you with the Uranus energy here, okay? So you might want to check out your Uranus placements in your birth chart, okay? All right. Spark of Genius and Ascension. And so this idea that you are doing, there could be maybe a person or two maybe side-eyeing your idea. 1 second, collective. There could be a person or two maybe side-eyeing your idea, your invention. There could be people saying it's weird. There could be people telling you no one's going to be interested in that. But I see you moving forward with this project. I see you being brave, staying very motivated and encouraged. And for that reason, Spirit is saying it's part of your mission and your path to work on this new skill, this new hobby, and to become successful. You are like an example for your lineage to witness, okay? Someone actually getting it out of the mud, okay? Turning your salt into sugar, your pain into pleasure, okay? I'm picking up on energy of someone doing some healing work. I'm also picking up on someone who's been through a lot, okay? Maybe you receive lots of judgment from people, okay? Maybe they assume that you would never change your life or do anything different beyond what they last knew of you, whatever that may be, okay? You could have maybe recently separated yourself from a lot of people. This could be in your family, friends. This could be a relationship. You could have just separate yourself from a lot of people, meaning isolating yourself. You may have chosen to isolate yourself from a lot of people for many reasons, okay? I'm picking up on Hermit energy as well. The first card we have here is the Tower energy. And so it was important for you to separate yourself so that you can avoid having this Tower moment. Spirit is saying that the life that you were living. Maybe you were living out of your shadow side. We all have a shadow side, okay? That's what that Lilith energy is about, okay? That energy that is suppressed, those experiences that are in our birth chart, those traits of each and every one of us that we may suppress, over time, or some at one time or another in our life, things that we chose not to acknowledge or to embark on because maybe we were concerned about the opinions of others, okay? Or maybe you were someone who maybe had a drinking habit. Maybe you indulged in a lot of heavy drinking, excessively. Maybe you were someone who didn't know how to prioritize. Okay, it's life. It's not projecting negative energy, but it's life. We all have something that we have experienced or endured that was maybe painful for us, or that may have we have changed. Okay, so maybe you have changed whatever this is about you. Maybe you no longer drink. Maybe you have learned how to prioritize what's important in your life. Maybe you were once irresponsible and now you're more responsible. And so you have a better relationship when it comes to your finances. And so the situations that you have experienced in the past, you no longer experience those things. So it's created an energy of you being more independent and more self-efficient. And so maybe you were once lenient on maybe family or friends or different romantic connections. Maybe you had a lover or a companion who would maybe provide for you or pay for certain things. There's nothing wrong with it, okay? It's nothing wrong with it. Don't get it twisted, okay? But now you're probably in a different space. You could be someone who is single, someone who is celibate, someone who is going on a healing journey, releasing the pain and, forgiving yourself, those who have maybe imposed any hurt on you. And so you can be making a lot of positive changes in your life, and so many changes in the right direction that, your journey has pivoted you in a direction of your creative nature, your creative side. You're tapping into your creative energy. And so I'm picking up on someone who has an idea of either writing a book, maybe starting a podcast, maybe becoming an entrepreneur where you have some kind of service. You're creating something that's going to make you very successful. But this something is something that you have never witnessed anyone in your lineage or family, once again, doing this. You're the first in your family to achieve this goal, okay? And it's going to make you very successful, even after a lot of people may have, shunned you or told you it wouldn't work, and so it's good that you separated yourself with the tower energy here, because Spirit is saying if you would have stayed one day longer, even if this is family, it would not have been good for you. So it's good that you chose to save yourself. And because you chose to walk away, the wheel of fortune is in your favor. Things are turning and changing for you for your highest good. And as you see these two people here watching this wheel turn, this is how observers and people are watching you, collective. They're recognizing who you used to be, and they're also recognizing the changes that you have made. And even if a person does not say it, a lot of people won't say it. There are people who won't compliment you, but they will observe you, even if it's on social media, even if it's through gossip. You could have a friend in common, even though you no longer deal with certain people. You could have someone going back and forth, asking questions, just asking about you. What is the collective doing? What are they up to? Oh, do you hear so-and-so looks great? They lost weight. So-and-so went back to school. So-and-so has a good job. So you could have someone asking about you, asking questions about you. And so they are staring and watching as the wheel turn and change in your favor. Okay. All right. And so all those who have, misjudged you or told you that your idea didn't make sense or it wouldn't work, they are really kicking themselves in the tail. Okay. All right. The next card we have here is the Seven of Pentacles, okay? And so all the seeds that you are planting, I'm picking up, you're very confident. Moving forward, your confidence is increasing. You no longer have self-esteem, Spirit is saying. So maybe in the past, maybe you did have low self-esteem, and that is something that you have worked on. You have worked on it to the point you're able to overcome, not feeling so well about yourself, being in the energy of stinking thinking. We all experience things in life. No one is perfect. There's nothing to be ashamed of. We all are put here to learn, okay? First of all, okay? If you have a relationship and it didn't work, guess what? Everyone goes through that, okay? Whether they speak about it or not, everyone goes through things. So there's nothing to be ashamed or embarrassed about. Spirit is saying, be sure to love and embrace all of you. But with this Seven of Pentacles energy here, this is the energy of you being confident, okay? Very confident of, how much you have overcame and proud of yourself. So you've made the right choices in the nick of time, Spirit is saying. If you would have stayed one day longer around these people or in this environment, it could have been an environment as well that was just unhealthy for you. It would not have been great. The next card we have here is the Fool energy. So you could have someone from the past maybe trying to reach out. If they're not reaching out, you could possibly run into this person maybe while you're running errands out in public. You may speak to the person and the person may try to take the conversation and like drag it out and, hey, let me get your number. Where you live? What you been up to? So-and-so, why don't you come over to the house? Or, so this could represent someone as he's tapping this person on the shoulder, male or female, someone from your past trying to get your attention, okay? And Spirit is saying you do not have to respond. So don't have survivor's remorse regarding people whom chose to disrespect you and disregard you. This is your time to be happy, to be abundant, and to live a life of peace, okay? In total bliss. The next card we have here is the Two of Swords. And Spirit is saying do not be indecisive. Okay, so stand on 10. Whatever your decision is, if you're choosing to not go back to that unhealthy connection or relationship, if you're choosing to not deal with those toxic family members, if you're choosing not to go to that particular environment that is unhealthy, Spirit is saying stand on that. There is no need for you to be indecisive because you are working on a lot of success and progress. And the people whom you have left behind, they are doing the same thing. Nothing has changed for them. And I'm not saying that they have to change anything, but Spirit is saying we all have to awaken and make changes in our lives on our own time. If someone isn't on your vibration or your frequency, there's no need of asserting yourself around their energy and you don't belong in that frequency because there will be constant conflict and confrontation. And you never want to assert yourself, collective, somewhere where you don't belong, where you have to constantly have confrontation, explain what you're doing or apologizing for how you do things in particular. Okay, so it's important that you allow people to learn lessons on their own and stay out of the way. But Spirit is saying these people are doing the same thing. Nothing has changed for them. Okay, excuse me. Nothing has changed. So, so you cannot take this energy with you, on the things and the project that you are working on. It is not possible for us to move forward on our journey and take everybody we ever knew with us everywhere to every level of our life. It's just not possible. Everyone does not belong everywhere. Each environment, each room has a different tone, and some aren't able to fit the tone. There are people who will merely pretend like they are supporting you, but they just want to cling to you so they can sabotage you, aka the Tower moment. So Spirit wants you to be mindful of that, okay? And here it is again, okay? That Six of Cups, someone from the past, okay? Confirming this Fool card, someone trying to get your attention. So there could be someone reaching out. This could be a lover, but this is someone from the past. They could want to take you out, give you flowers, wine and dine you. They may even claim that they love you, and they wish they would have never broke up with you. All of a sudden they want to whisper sweet nothings to you, okay? But the next card we have here is the Two of Wands. And you're not in indecision. Your mind is made up. And your mind is made up and you have chosen to move forward and progress forward wholeheartedly, okay? What else the collective needs to know regarding this Uranus-Venus energy? Okay, there it is. Number 39 It says the heart signifies great joy when near. The Nine of Diamonds, the heart signifies great joy when near. Okay, so there is great joy waiting to be styled for you to experience, okay, for you to embrace. The spirit wants you to make sure that you are keeping the old karmic doors closed, okay, double bolted if you need, okay. So stand on, as I said earlier, spirit wants you to stand on whatever your decision was, and it may be different for everyone, okay. If you decided to walk away, leave it there. No one has changed. It's the same old energy. Okay. When you close the door, you separate and you keep going back, it's just going to get worse and worse, not saying that change is impossible for anyone. It is possible, but very few. Wait, let me go a little. Very few. Okay, very few are willing to do the work that is necessary to make the changes in their life. Often people rather just stay in their comfort zone, and that can be whatever they consider to be comfortable. Very few refuse to do the work. And so you can't expect or assume that you can walk back into these karmic doors that you have told the universe that you're done with, and you receive these opportunities and think everything is going to stay afloat. No, if you turn and go back, they could possibly sabotage what you have going on, as well as inflict stagnation onto you in your journey. And then everything has to be halted. Everything has to be halted, put to a stop, because you're sending out the signal to the universe. You're magnetizing that you are not ready. You're magnetizing that you haven't learned the lesson because you're going backwards. You're magnetizing that you're ready to repeat the lesson because you didn't get it the first time. So Spirit is saying, just be mindful of this. This is the end of the read. I trust and hope it assists you for your highest good. Later.